Hello, this is Jade with yesYesYes, and I'm doing a special bonus reading for the masculine Pisces. So, hello, sirs out there. The last reading I did, the love reading I did for February, the way that the cards were reading made it feel like it was more for the feminine Pisces and for her to receive the messages. So I had some requests for a masculine Pisces love reading for February. So that's going to be your bonus, and that is what we're here for today. So, so welcome, masculine Pisces. So I hope you like it. I hope it's a good one. Let's see what's going to happen. We're going to start with the romance angels. I just need to get one for the overall. Oh, past life relationship. You've known each other before. Okay, now let's talk about this. The way that I feel we can do this within lifetimes, right? Like I do believe in past lives, and so we can be talking about someone who feels like home, someone who feels familiar to you when you meet them. And, you know, it's that kind of instant connection. Maybe not everything is so easy, but it is something where it feels like it feels homely, like you've been there before. There might be deja vus, and you might finish each other's sentences. It gets to that place quick, right? But the other thing is that we can't even be talking about a relationship that was begun once in this lifetime and had to stop abruptly, and that this is a rekindling. So, you know, it may be a reconciliation, but basically what I'm saying is that past life relationship can be from this lifetime because we change over life, you know, over our lifetimes, or it can be from a past period of lifetime, and it could feel definitely like a feeling of home. So that's beautiful for you here, Pisces. Okay, I'm going to use the Lenormand deck, the mystical Lenormand deck here, and that's going to give me the path between you and the feminine, okay? So I have pre-shuffled, I didn't tell you that, but I pre-shuffled all the cards. And basically what I'm looking for here is where between the masculine and the feminine, the path between the two. So let's figure out where the beginning card is. All right, and I'm just going to lay them down and look for one of the significator cards. There you are. That's the masculine. Now we have the birds, the dog, the clouds, the book. There's the heart, so sweet to see, and the whip. Oh my. The child, the bouquet, and there is your feminine. All right, so I like this. There's not too much in between you, which is great. I'm going to change something here just to give you an equivalent amount of cards if I can. I like to do that. So basically we have secret love in between. Interesting. All right. So masculine Pisces, this could be someone, again, maybe you've had your eye on this person because I'm feeling like you're moving towards your feminine. Now, if you haven't met this feminine, you're going to notice her first, okay? And you are moving towards her. The book is it's about learning, but sometimes it's also about keeping that knowledge from being known. And with the heart being right next to the book, what this is telling me here is that it's possible that you have a secret love for a woman. So maybe you've already met her, or you've been eyeing her and you are observing her from a distance. Now she is just in this equivalent line. So I will say that it can be reversed, and perhaps she is having a secret love where she's eyeing you, okay? But there's definitely that connection that's happening between you two. The advice here is that we need to shed the light, right? We need to open up and say what's really going on, express how your heart feels, okay? Now let's talk about what's going on with you. If you're resonating with this, great. There's some conversations that are happening. Maybe you are talking with a friend, and it could be a longtime friend of yours. You've been talking about your confusion about love, perhaps even about this specific woman, if you know her, or the feminine, if you are aware of this person. So that's what it's telling me, is that you have been in conversation with a friend about how you really feel about this feminine, or if you haven't met your feminine, how you feel about love in general, right? If this really is going to come true, if you're the kind of person that deserves love, not that you don't, but if sometimes we get to that place where we get so doubtful that we start doubting even our worthiness. And so I feel like, you've been kind of talking with your friends about this, really digging in, trying to uncover why this connection hasn't happened. And you might have felt this connection that, being very deep, but it just hasn't quite come about yet. So you're working it out with your friend. Now, here's what's going on for your feminine. There is some challenges that she's having with either her child, a child, or her growing up, her seeing that perhaps this relationship could be something that is long term and deep and truly connected in this past life way. Now, she has a lot of support. She has a lot of blessings and well wishes around her, but she's kind of doubting herself here. This child, and the child can be, a physical child, like I said, but it can also be just her way of looking at life, and that, perhaps she's beating herself up, looking at her life as, maybe she's just starting to wake up. We could talk about that even spiritually. And that she's really starting to see, okay, I can't depend on, my looks anymore. Maybe I have to maybe I need to go back to school and learn some more. Or, she's feeling like she really has to take more responsibility for something, even though she's got a lot of blessings, even though she's always been, and she's quite beautiful too. Even though she's always been seen as that, I feel like she's right now kind of looking down upon herself, really, questioning. And I think that that's really what might have been what's closing her off. Not necessarily just to you, but to everything. She's deep in her head, okay? She's working out these issues. Now, if it is a physical child, that she might be having some strain with having this, maybe this is a situation where she's had had a child, but it's a new situation for her to be single parenting. And so that is a challenge, or that her child, even though she might have been a single parent for quite some time, there could be a challenge that she's having with the child, maybe just in personality differences as children grow, the little adults, they're trying to grow, and parenting is difficult. So there's something going on just in her personal life that has to do with either maturing or with children, okay? Now, sometimes the energies do flip, but that's what the cards are reading for right now. The advice right here is open up and make that offer. Be honest about the love that is being felt. So if it's her going through all of this, she's also trying to connect with you in this way. She sees you, she wants to make it happen, if she knows you and you don't know her. Now, if you're seeing her, it's time to let that secret out. All right, this is beautiful, Pisces. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set these in the center. I'm gonna leave this heart in the middle because that's a beautiful little signal. And now we're going to pull the Line Strider Tarot, and I'm going to get just some more information, more feedback as to what's going on in the path between you two. Okay, so we're flying. All right, so before that one wanted to come out. Nine of Pentacles in between you two. So this is the shared energy. This is both of you two have worked. And you've succeeded very well at doing things on your own. Like I said, she's a beautiful woman. She's probably been given a lot in her life to make her and get her to this place of being financially secure, feeling beautiful, feeling well taken care of. And she might have also worked hard to get to that point too. The only reason why I said that was because of the bouquet earlier. But you yourself have also been working hard to get yourself to a place where you feel financially secure, your health is good, you know, your money is on point. Your work life is in alignment with who you are. So everything right there is looking really great. Now, I had these other three cards kind of fall out, and I'm not sure. We'll see how they lay. Normally, I usually set this reading up a little differently, so we'll do it this way. So I've got an urge for you to speak your mind here. The need to be very, very honest, decisive about what your feelings are. Now, here's the thing about the King of Swords energy is that you are disconnected from your heart. So remember, you have to have this compassion. You have to be honest. So when you do speak with your divine feminine, remember to temper the need to speak the truth with an open heart, okay? Keep in mind that you're wanting to draw her in to meet her in that heart space, all right? Why is everything off center here? That's so crazy. I think my camera's a little off, so I guess I have to cockeye it all. All right. Now, we've got Six of Swords in the reverse. So there's no moving forward at this moment together, but here's what I'll say is that it's also that neither one of you are moving away from each other. So this is this is kind of like the energy that's needed together. And then there's also a need for boundaries on her part, okay? So she might have been a little lax on her boundaries in other relationships. Perhaps that's the child aspect that's being worked on, is that she's setting clearer boundaries. But what I'll say is that right now things are just kind of getting worked out, and so they can't move forward until everybody kind of pulls all those last ends together, okay? And that's what she's doing. I feel like, you know, the sitting pretty card is there, but this is just the final bits. You have to temper your truth with a heart space, and then she just needs to be a little bit clearer with her boundaries in life. And this is overall for both of you, okay? All right, let's keep moving. I think that is the card. So for you, we've got the Ace of Wands, and then for her, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. So you are ready to be passionate. You want this to be in the upright, right? Like the Ace of Wands for the masculine is like all about it. Okay, now with it being in reverse, it just means that you've been kind of cut at below your knees. Or cut at the knees, I think is the term. What I'm feeling is that you've had some trial and error in relationship in the past, and I think that that's gotten underneath your skin and kind of thrown you for a loop. You may not be feeling as sexy as you had in the past. You might sometimes, you know, when you get to an age threshold. And you know, I'm obviously talking about something. You know, you're obviously a little bit older enough if we're talking about a lady with a child, but we get to an age threshold where it's not about the body necessarily. There's more. It's not about the physicality, is what I'm saying. So the Ace of Wands is really, you know, it's an erection, okay? But that's not where we're at anymore. So it's not as easy as just taking care of things physically, and you know this now. You also have been challenged to diversify, almost to build yourself as a more well-rounded man in order to offer even more to your feminine. So I think that's what is going on here. And also, you're ready to turn this around. You want the passion again. You just have had some things that haven't quite gone right in the past. That's all. But that energy's here to turn around. We'll talk about how we can do that in a second, all right? Now, she's got the Eight of Pentacles. So what she's doing is really working on herself, really trying to make sure that her money's right, her health is correct, her home is good, all the earthly things, food, clothing, shelter, health, well-being, those types of things. She's really working hard and wanting to be seen as someone who has mastered taking self-care, taking care of herself, being independent. I think that you have a woman here who is working on her independence because in the past she might have been taken care of, okay? So I think that she's really working on her independence. The other thing is that we have some earth sign energy here. We also did in the original. So you might be calling in a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. All right, let's see, what else do we have here? You've got the Ten of Cups in reverse. She's got the Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, now again, we have these energies out on the table. Ten of Cups, you want that sweet, emotionally connected relationship. You want to build the family. You want the home. You want it all, okay? You want it all. This card, it has just two sweet birds together. With it being in the reverse, it's just not here yet. Okay, now of course it's not here yet because we're talking about how are we going to pull it in. So again, I'm going to go back to this King of Swords. Make sure that you're being truthful about not only how your heart space is, but being vulnerable about what, you know, what's cut you down in the past. So when you're connecting, be more open than you have now, and this can scare some people. Okay, so don't go just blabbing it and then letting it be known, but do open yourself up more than you have in the past, little by little. Okay, because you want to, if you want to build an emotionally connected relationship, you have to set the bar in that place. You have to actually, you know, play in that water, literally play in the emotional waters. So you have to allow yourself to be seen emotionally vulnerable. Okay, now she's also having some issues too, so don't worry about it. You know, you will come together. We'll see how it comes together. And she's having some issues in trusting that emotional connections with others. So it's good that right now, and if you are together, that's just what's going on. Okay, and perhaps it's that you're trying to be open, you're wanting to set it up so that you have the Ten of Cups, that you have this emotional deep connection together, and she's having trouble trusting it because of her past. Okay, so just know that it's still getting worked out. We still have a few more cards coming out. Knight of Wands in the reverse for you, Three of Cups in the reverse for her. All these reversals. Okay, so you want to get started. You want to move forward in this passionate way. You want to give up any type of player or playboy facade. This is what I feel like you've come from, okay? And we've all been there. So if this isn't resonating, you know, just leave it. But I feel like when we're younger, you know, in our 20s, you know, you're virile. You have you just want to get out there and be with everybody, and you know, enjoy what sexuality and sensuality are really all about. And I know, Pisces, that you are deeply reverent about the body and about the emotions. So I feel like you've just been through some hard times, and that's what's pulled you back. But I feel like you're ready to move forward in a passionate way, and we just have to figure out how are we going to turn that. Now, it seems that she's got there's something else that's holding her back in this situation. So the Three of Cups in reverse is technically, you know, when we look at it, that would be a third-party situation. Now, that's not to say that she's dating someone else, but she certainly may. What I'm feeling here is that there are ties still with someone else, and it could be that child. She's just trying to work that out. It could be that child's father that she's trying to work that out. But there's definitely a tie. So there's something else that's keeping her from committing fully, towards this connection. And this connection is true, so don't doubt that. Okay, it's going to work out. It's just, this is what we're talking about right now. Now again, if you're looking for her, this is what she's working out. Okay, she's working out this leaving this other person behind so that she can move forward in the way that she knows that she's destined for. Okay, next two cards, Page of Swords, Seven of Cups in the reverse. I like that in the reverse. Okay, so you're ready to talk finally. I like it. Now, and this is exactly what I was saying, little bits. Okay, so you've got some kind of small truth that can come out. Okay, and this could be that you just finally meet her and there's a small truth where you feel that deja vu. You feel that it's home. You want to bring the weight of the connection to her attention without it being so weighty. So do it just in a little bit, okay? Just say it in a very small, nonchalant way so that she gets that you're serious, and she gets that you are able to connect in that way. Okay, I love that this is in the upright. The Seven of Cups in the reverse is great for her because she's starting to see this Three of Cups. Everything's shutting down, right? All those options, all the things that she had to balance, all the things she needed to be looking at, that might have actually been an illusion, because there's an illusionary aspect to this card. There's something about the Seven of Cups that, you know, we like to have all of these options. We like to be lost in our heads. We like to ponder and decide and dream, but she's coming out of that. And I think it's because she's realizing that that's not getting her anywhere. Okay, this situation where there might be this other person, maybe it's just another situation with the child, maybe at school. You know, it doesn't have to be an actual person. She's trying to shut that down because she realizes it's sapping her energy. It's just, you know, it's bleeding her dry. It's taking away her youth. Her youth is going away, and nobody wants that. So I feel like she's coming out of that. Okay, and now let's see what's bringing you two together. Okay, we have the Five of Cups that's bringing you two together. Now, this is an interesting card to bring you together because the fives are challenging cards. There's a somberness here. Okay, let's look at what this card actually shows. So it's showing that there are five eggs in the basket, sorry, in the nest, and the owl is only holding on to the three that have cracked, not even noticing that the two are still there. So right now, what's going to bring you together, this is what can be called trauma bonding. Now, just be careful that you're not building a foundation on trauma bonding. We don't want to do that. But there's a commonality between you two looking at the things that you have lost. But you may notice you're going to have to turn around and look at what is left for you, which is the two eggs, the Two of Cups that have not been spilled. Okay, that's going to be up to you because you're the one watching this reading. You're going to have to be keenly aware, and you're going to have to bring both of your attention back to the fact that you too are the Two of Cups. That three have been shattered, and there are two left. Okay, three have been shattered. Three of Cups in the reverse here. And there are two, that soulmate connection, are left. All right? So, masculine Pisces, you have some work to do. Staying strong, being connected to your heart, sharing how you really feel, sharing the depth of this relationship, the truth that you know, sharing that without scaring her off, holding space for her to go through her process, whether that's with you knowing her or her going through this process and giving her time before she comes into your life. And then when she does, being very aware about this potential for trauma bonding that may not be a firm foundation. You want it to be firm, so go to the fact that you are connected. You have been through some things. Together, you will get through more. This is a past life relationship. There is love here for you, and I do feel Pisces masculine that there's something really amazing here. So give it some space to breathe and keep focused with who you're really trying to be, healing yourself, healing your past, and being truthful about your heart, and not in the little ways, right? In the little ways. And really staying focused on those Two of Cups that you both have. So, Pisces masculine, I hope you love this. I'm going to come up with a really great title for you. And thanks for calling me out. I can't remember who it was, but somebody called me out on the comments in the Pisces. It was great. So I give you what you ask for, and I hope you like it. So for now, I'm going to give you and send you all of my love.